You don't believe in the fate. Every day digging the grave. Step in the pit with the snakes. City of dreams, city of...
To this, the very first episode of Night City Wire, a brand new series from us at CD Projekt Red, where we'll be talking about all things Cyberpunk 2077. For today's episode, we'll be starting with a brand new trailer. One of our developers will be joining us to help unpack everything you're going to see. We'll have some news, an announcement about a secret collaboration. We'll be taking a look at some braindance gameplay and welcoming back our developers just to have a chat about everything you're going to see. But there is one more thing. Media all over the world have been getting hands-on with Cyberpunk 2077, and when this episode finishes, you'll be able to go
Cyberpunk!
What they thought.
Okay,
so,
let's do this.
Let's get started.
Let's
it is
do
time
this.
to take a look at our brand new trailer, and after that, our lead quest designer Pavel Sasko will be joining us because I've got a feeling you're going to have a few questions after watching this. So, let's take a look.
Let's go trailer! Oh my god, I'm so hyped.
Love this town. The city of endless
Oh
opportunity.
my
Ready
god.
to get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on.
Jackie!
Any other, just bigger. Nah, mano, not just any other city. Legends are born.
This looks amazing.
The Major.
Holy
We're only here because
shit.
Texas pulling the strings. Doubt that puts us in the same league as them. But we are. They just don't know it yet. But if you got the cojones,
This looks
you
amazing.
could do damn near anything. Unless you catch a bullet. Even then, you go out with a bang, right? You know, you can make heaps more eddies as a motivational speaker.
Yo, Mr. V, a
Oh
pleasure.
my god, it looks amazing.
Meant to come out in one piece. How about we go over the plan?
There's this prototype tech, a biochip to be precise. Jobs to grab it.
Guessing it belongs to a corp.
Arasaka.
We're robbing some heavy hitters.
Thought you could blackmail me, fucker!
High risk, high reward. First rule of the afterlife.
Ka-ting, baby.
Goes without saying, we do this on the hush. Ideally, no bodies, not a one.
Oh my
Simple
god.
enough.
Oh my god.
Eat lead, assholes!
Is it gonna be dangerous?
Don't you worry.
This game looks amazing.
Get your ass moving now!
What the fuck just happened in there?
Can't stop digging nice.
Fantastic.
Happy now, Jackie? Yep, I'm fucking high! Time to bail!
This
Oh my god,
looks
we're so fucked.
amazing. That is actually this. Oh my fucking god.
Can't risk it, V.
And you, who are you?
Fuck.
Oh my god.
So the trailer contains footage from the game's prologue only, but there was an awful lot in it. So Pavel, why don't you try and help us unpack everything that we just saw?
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely.
This
I
is-
can try. So
I can't hold
what you
myself.
have just seen is only the prologue of the game. So that awesome stuff is only happening in the first few quests. What the trailer shows you is really our stage, the Night City. You know,
That's
the
so
gigantic
fucking-
build of
This is
6
amazing.
unique districts, surrounded by the 7th one that we call the Badlands.
Oh my
You
god.
are meeting Jackie. Jackie's your friend. Now, they together are trying to reach
This is
out for
amazing.
something that is very precious. They're trying to reach out for this.
I'm losing my mind,
immortality,
guys. I'm
gateway
losing my
to
mind.
eternal life.
I'm losing my mind.
Jackie introduces you to Fixer Dexter Deshawn. He's a very important person in a social ladder of cyberpunk. He is able to provide the player with various jobs and contracts to be able
I'm
to
losing my
gather money, to
mind.
be able to
I'm losing
modify
my
their
mind.
body,
Look
keep
how
them
good this looks.
to put their
Jesus
hands on.
Christ.
But as you can expect, not everything goes as planned.
Jesus
and,
Christ.
To see it, you have to play the game.
There are an awful lot of really cool things in this trailer, and there's a few that I would just love to talk about a little bit more for the people at home. So let's start with talking about a gang called the Mox. Now, we see a few flashes of them in this trailer. I personally think they're really cool and one of my favorites, but can you give us a little bit more information about them?
Oh yes, so the Mox is one of the gangs that players...
This looks
interact
so
with
goddamn
throughout the game.
good.
The Mox
Holy
is
shit.
the gang that has been
Oh my
formed
god.
since 1996.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm losing my mind.
Owner of a brothel and former sex worker, and she was protecting working guys and girls from harassment from the gang, and the gang is really continuing her mission.
Oh my
and
god.
As a player, you're going to interact with that gang,
Oh my
meet
god.
multiple different NPCs, and craft your own relationship with them, and understand what they're all about.
So earlier on, you did mention a 7th district, a place called the Badlands. Now, we saw a few shots of this in the trailer, but I'd love for you to give us a bit more detail about the district outside of the city walls.
Okay, so the Badlands is this like dead, dried out space going around the whole Night City. And as a player, you'll be able to traverse that space in your car or motorcycle. This is a space that is inhabited by the nomads. Nomads are living in different families and they're traveling across that space in convoys.
I can't believe how amazing this looks.
And as a player, you'll be able to traverse and access different type of open world content that has been prepared specifically for you to get that awesome feel of the Badlands as an area.
In the trailer, we also saw like a completely metal creature. Now, he didn't look like he was from the Maelstrom gang.
This looks
looked
amazing.
like something else. So please tell the people at home, who is this giant metal monster?
Okay, so that big dude, that was Adam Smasher. He has been introduced in pen and paper in
Adam Smasher! They put him in the game!
Our senpai Mike Von Smith. Adam Smasher is a fully converted cyborg.
Adam Smasher lived!
Who was always a loyalist of Arasaka.
I'm using my Adam Smasher lived! He's alive!
But to find out, you'll have to play the game.
Adam Smasher lives! He's the one who killed Silver! He lives!
Called Victor Vector. I think if people have watched our previous gameplays, they might remember him. But I'd really like for you to give the people at home some more information about
this is amazing!
And how
this is amazing!
With them when they play Cyberpunk.
I'm losing my mind!
Super dogs in our game, they are surgeons. They are like a specific type of a job in the social ladder of Cyberpunk. They are accustomed and specialized in replacing limbs to the metal ones. They can basically update your body, enhance your body, change you into this walking war machine. And as a player, you are going to meet different kinds of Reaper dogs in the game, craft your own relationship with them. Some of them are like important characters.
This game is amazing.
Through that, you will invest.
Look how different this looks. This is amazing.
Into this tool that allows you to survive on
the street.
Oh my god! I know you'll be back later in the episode because you're going to be helping us to analyze the Braindance gameplay. But before that, we do have some news to share.
This actually looks amazing. I'm
Earlier
actually
in the year,
crying.
we announced that if you pick up Cyberpunk2077 on Xbox One,
I'm legit
you'll be able to play
crying.
it on Xbox Series X when the console launches. And just in case you missed it, it will be the same for PlayStation players as well.
I'm legit crying.
Cyberpunk2077 on PlayStation 4.
We're moving this to
you'll
full
also
screen.
be able
We're moving
play
this to
it
full
on
screen.
PlayStation 5 when the console launches.
Because this is
There
amazing.
will be a free upgrade for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, but we'll have more details on that soon.
Tonight City.
Before
This
we
looks
reveal our first
amazing.
look at the Braindance gameplay and welcome back our developers for a chat, there is just one more thing we want to announce. Something that we've been working on
This
in
looks
secret for a while.
amazing.
We are very excited to announce our partnership with Studio Trigger and Netflix to bring you Cyberpunk Edgerunners, a standalone anime set in the Cyberpunk universe
What?
we've been working on for some time now. Edgerunners is being launched in 2022, but for some more information, let's go to the team in Tokyo.
An anime? What?
Hi, my name is Saya Elder. I am the Japan-based producer for Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
This game looks fucking great.
What I do basically on
I'm
this
losing my
project
mind.
is
I'm
that
losing my
I
mind.
am
Jesus
a fixer,
Christ.
to put it in the words of the Cyberpunk universe. We are a game company. We are a bunch of nerds, and wherever there are nerds, there's going to be anime fans. So it was always a dream for us to make anime. When we began this project, we were certain that we didn't want to make a recreation of the game. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is a standalone story set in the same
I'm
universe.
losing my mind.
The stage is still Night City, but everything else is totally new. New characters, new story. I do like to think that it's going to be a great gateway for newcomers to come
game is
and
fantastic.
check
I'm
Cyberpunk's
actually
game
crying.
And also the cyberpunk genre as a whole.
This This game is
Right now we're in Nakano, which is one of the biggest anime makers of the world. I'm going to take you to Studio Trigger right now because we have the wonderful opportunity to talk to the dream team that will be bringing you this anime.
こんにちは。トリガーの代表取締役の大塚です。
監督の今石です。
キャラクターデザインを担当する吉成です。
ゲームの
I'm actually losing my fucking mind.
今回初めて触れる方両方に満足していただけるようにアニメを作るつもりです。
I'm actually losing my mind, dude.
サイバーパンクという僕らが
I'm getting anime.
一番にしか過ぎなかった
The fuck is
生まれたジャンル。
This is
そういうジャンルの
insane.
ものをまた時代が内緒して作れるというのは
I'm baffled. This looks fucking fantastic.
監督に今石。
I don't. Studio Trigger is making an anime.
トリガー10周年にふさわしい作品にしていきたいと思います。お楽しみに。
Now it is time to show you some gameplay of Braindance. This is a feature that you'll experience when you play Cyberpunk 2077. Braindance is essentially a recording of somebody else's experience. It allows you to relive their sense of
Look
sight,
how amazing this
smell,
looks.
touch, and even hearing, all thanks to a special device. After the gameplay, I will be welcoming back Pavel Sasko, and we'll also be joined by Patrick Mills, our senior quest designer and all-round lore master, who will be helping to answer your questions and give you some explanation on how you'll be interacting with Braindance when you play Cyberpunk 2077. So, let's take a look.
This actually looks amazing.
Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out, and we sell the BD to those psycho freaks from the studio.
Got it.
And remember, everything on full blast.
This looks
extra for a wicked
amazing. Look at it.
Okay, on you go.
Down, everybody, on the ground. I want to see you kissing the flooring.
This looks.
Money, now.
Jesus Christ.
Drop you, I swear to God. Well, yeah, hey, now, before I blow your fucking head off! Ah!
My God.
Slow, deep breaths. Your cortisol and adrenaline spiked, but the soft activated your hormone blockers. Nothing happened.
Judy!
Alive and well.
That was too much. Felt, I could feel the guy's pain, his stress, his hope. Hope wrapped up in something else.
Probably took a boost.
Jeez, the Judy!
Got everything set up? Let's switch over to editing mode.
Judy, look at her! Look at this! Look at this game! I'm sorry!
I'll sever the link to the BD Roller's sensory array. You'll be able to look around freely. Whole scene's yours. Full cam control and analysis mode.
Judy!
Zoom around, zoom in and out, whatever else you come up with. Think of it as your own little...
This game is so... Look how good this looks! Look how good this looks!
Then you use the editor console to unpause. Try it.
Plan simple. Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out, and we sell the BD to those psycho freaks from the studio.
Got it.
Dream as hell, right? Well, that's not all. You can speed things up or rewind, whatever you like. Give it a try.
Team Judy! Bro, I'm on Team Judy! Fuck Stout!
All good, neat. Now try fast forwarding a bit.
Plan simple. Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out.
Okay. You can also reset the recording. That'll take you right back to the beginning. Try it.
This game looks stunning.
Now for some fun.
This game looks stunning.
In analysis mode, you get to view and even scan details of the enviro recorded by the BD Roller. Focus on the heat. The gun this gonk gets from his buddy at the beginning. Now scan it.
Plan simple.
Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out. And remember,
Okay, right here. Excellent. Let's move on.
This looks amazing.
Now heads up. In analysis mode, you can ferret out background noise and conversations if the roller got close enough. This tech records everything, every little detail, even the sights and sounds the roller was never aware of. To see the sources of the recorded sensory signals, switch to the audio layer in the editor. Go ahead and try that now. Okay, good. Now you should see several sound signatures in the store.
This looks fantastic.
Pack of 6, case of brosif, and a couple of zappers.
Okay, we have with you today a true flavor. Cuddy and serpent. Everybody!
So, any thoughts?
Unbelievable. Seriously, like what's happening right next to me.
Yeah, it's how BD recording implants work. They pick up everything, all the elements in the background. Then an editor tweaks them, makes them pop. Keep playing with the sound, explore it a bit. We'll move on when you...
This looks fantastic.
What I see you kissing the flooring! Money! Net!
Sometimes you can analyze extra layers in the raw. Stuff the roller's cyberware picked up.
Like what?
Ev's got Kiroshi optics that grab infrared, meaning you should be able to grab heat signatures from her recording.
Huh. Hella nice.
Scanning works on peeps, too. Walk up to the wounded chick. Try scanning her.
Yeah, and this is only the first
All right,
episode.
next thing. Scroll forward to the part where our artist gets a lead injection.
Or I will fucking drop you, I swear to God! Well, now, fucking head off!
This looks...
See that? They shot him and he never saw it coming. But
Who
you
was
will.
that?
Here it comes. My favorite part of the game. See the blinking thing over the entrance? Surveillance cam. Must have caught our shooter. You'll see in a sec. Cam feeds to the screen behind the clerk. Roll back to where the screen's in the kid's field of vision, then scan it.
This is such a cool system. Oh my god, he got betrayed by his friend.
Boomba shot him. Probably planned to all along. Must have got a nice slice of cred on the black market for a BD like this. BD freaks are ready to pay a preem for a real flatline. Anyway, if you've seen enough, you can exit.
So what happened is brain dancers are really like people just want to experience something. So someone wants to experience the feeling of dying and fear. So the friend shot the guy in the head. So to sell that
pretty
feeling.
Big part of the Cyberpunk universe. It's
ridiculous.
not just something used for adult films. There is an awful lot to it. And there's two sides I'd really like you guys to help me explore. First is the lore. So how this actually fits into the universe.
This game is
and then
amazing.
The gameplay side. So how players will be interacting with it. So Patrick, could you tell us more about the lore of Braindance?
I would love to. So in the world of Cyberpunk 2077, Braindance was invented way back in the early 2000s at UC Santa Cruz. It was developed as a way of recording a person's experiences and then playing them back for someone else, so that they could relive them as though it was happening to them.
This looks
It was originally
amazing.
used for things like therapy and prisoner rehabilitation, but
This
by
looks
2077,
amazing.
it's become this global media industry.
This
including
looks
things like movies,
amazing.
mass entertainment, things like that, video games, some interactive things, and of course adult fare as well. Now, in our game, we deal a lot with black brain dances, or XBDs as we call them, and there are different types of those, but the one that you saw in the trailer just there was a flatliner. Now that's where the person recording it actually dies during the recording, and it's popular with sort of an illicit kind of a thrill, but a mercenary can also use them for various things, and you'll see that in the game, of course.
And from the gameplay perspective, we have been working a lot throughout last years trying to figure out the best way how to
So I had to
use
screenshot
Braindance
that.
in the game as a mechanics. So what we have settled on is this Braindance editor mode. As a player, you will be able to run the Braindance in the editor mode and see different
This game is
clues
amazing.
that have been registered on the peripheral of given actor. Now, as a player, you can slide on the timeline of that recording, back and forth, trying to uncover different clues. And that clues are
This is
actually telling a
amazing.
story
I keep saying that,
so
but it is.
As a player, you will run different investigations that will lead you to different mysteries, and you will uncover them actually using that brain dance as a mechanics in the game.
So, as Pavel was saying, we use Braindance as a storytelling tool. It's not a collectible. It's not something where you're going to go in and you're going to play it and you're going to be like, I've seen this before. What we use Braindance for is to give you a keyhole into the life of the residents of Night City. And we can explore things like childhood trauma, religion, various
This is
philosophical
amazing.
ideas in a way that you might not otherwise experience in a story about a mercenary on the tough streets.
So we've tried to talk about some of the aspects that we think the community will find really exciting, but you know, while you're both here, I'd love to know, what is it about Cyberpunk that you guys are really excited for? Patrick, why don't you start?
So one of the things that I'm most excited about in this game is the characters and the way they interact with the world. We've got this really interesting world that stretches all the way back to the Cyberpunk 2020 source material and all of these events and all of those things, but those don't mean anything.
Look at how amazing this looks.
And so when we come up with a character, we start with their function. What is this person? What do they do in the story? But we don't stop there. We go back and we figure out, what was their childhood like? What was their upbringing like? What kind of obstacles did they face in this harsh reality, and did they overcome them? And how did they overcome them, or did they not overcome them, and why?
This
and
looks
you can see all of those
fantastic.
things in their environment, in their dialogues, in sort of how they operate in the world. And we come up with that for all of our characters. Now, you look at someone like Victor Vector, and you're going to see stories about his past in his environment and in his dialogue. You know, we come up with that stuff even if we don't use it in the game, because it helps inform us as to who these characters are.
Look at that!
And for me, I would not view myself.
Compare that to how it looked before. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm
Like,
actually losing my mind here. I don't think you get it.
Like,
I don't think you understand people. This game looks fucking fantastic.
We really have grown so much. We have learned so much.
This.
We have used all that experience to put them into the quest that we have made. And you will not find really a filler in this game. Like, everything has a meaning. Like, we put so much effort into making sure that everything is rewarding, is interesting, is talking about characters, as Patrick said, is talking about worlds, is talking about emotions, like touching the player in a really, like a real way. And I just can't wait to find out what you think.
Pavel, I know you mentioned story and quests and writing quests, and when I was last in the studio, I had a look and I saw a notebook on your desk, and I would love for you to show everybody this notebook.
Okay, Holly, I mean, you asked for it. So this is my notebook. It says Salsa Quest Designer. The reason is because I dance salsa, and I'm a quest designer, so you know. So I started this notebook actually when we were really starting Cyberpunk. At the very beginning, I wrote like a first note, and it says pretty much something along the lines of that we were starting with a prototype. And then, you know, I kept on basically noting things that we've been working on for like next years. I remember once when our concept artists actually approached me, and they said that they want to take a look on my notebook. I was like, what for, actually? And they took some pictures, and they told me, yeah, well, you know, because we are looking for a reference material for notes of a psychopathic killer. Yeah, well, you may find maybe some of my notes in the game.
Pavel and Patrick, thank you so much for joining me. I'm pretty lucky because I have read some of the stories that you and the team have written for Braindance, and I'm pretty excited for people to discover them.
This looks amazing.
Before we do finish today's episode, there is just one more thing we'd like to talk about. Earlier in this episode, I mentioned that media have been getting hands-on with the opening of Cyberpunk 2077.
Look at
and
that!
they should be posting their impressions right about now. And if you missed anything from today's episode, don't worry, we'll be uploading everything to our channels very soon. And finally, on behalf of everybody at CD Projekt Red, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us for this very first episode of Night City Wire. But don't worry, we'll be back with episode 2 in just a few weeks. So, we shall see you soon.
Episode 2 in a few weeks! What? Yes! Yes! Okay, stream's end, stream's done. That was amazing. Fantastic. Cool. I'm done here.